How is the Socratic seminar process well suited to cross-disciplinary instruction in humanities content areas?
So the Socratic seminar is a good cross-disciplinary tool because it allows students to discuss how a historical event may have influenced literature or philosophy. An example is Animal Farm, and it reflects the Russian Revolution. I think that was.
Yeah, and I think it's a great way for students to ask questions that sort of cross barriers as well. One thing we were just talking about before was the idea of like combining themes through different source materials. Like if you had like Enlightenment writings or Declaration of the Rights of Man and like the Bill of Rights, having students being able to identify common themes kind of crosses like ELA and history boundaries as well.
Yes.
When doing this, you're able to see each humanities and how they each intertwine with each other, and how each class really is just one class.
Yeah, definitely. All right. How will your PLC will continue to support other humanities teachers in implementing Socratic seminar process and evaluating its effectiveness? So I mean, I had a couple thoughts on that, just kind of creating like shared lesson plans between teachers, um, doing like model seminars with each other, and then like creating kind of shared assessment tools for each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Sorry. I would say at least meet with them. Like for us, we have a Google Doc shared at our school, and you have to put like it's throughout the week what you're learning and what the objectives are for the students. So you can use them. Like I know stuff, and I do long-term science right now, but like I know certain things in language arts that I think they're working on, like how to form, like we'll just use well-written paragraphs. Well, instead of having them get up and speak and show me during it, I'll say, all right, you got to explain by writing a paragraph and turning it into me, and it needs to be written properly, correct grammar, because I know they're doing it in another class. So saying I don't know how to do it is not a good excuse.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think it also fosters collaboration among teachers. Um, it evaluates effectiveness, and it's really good for like fostering the solution and problem solving.
Yeah. Yeah, like Nick, like you were saying, my school has like a shared Google Classroom where we can all kind of like post to each other what's going on in each discipline in each class. Um, so a lot of times with like the ELA and the history, we'll have them practice like argumentative writing, you know, take a stand and make a clear argument.
It also helps with like let's say in history you have them write a paper and they're struggling with writing. You can tell the language arts teacher, hey, most of these kids don't understand how to X, Y, or Z with how to write. They don't know how to form certain sentences together. Grab and write the themes or write how correctly to support themselves.
Right. All right. And how will you implement the Socratic seminar process in your future professional practice?
I actually schedule regular Socratic seminars. It helps my students foster the ability to do deep analysis. I always prepare like this, help them prepare with background knowledge, provide guiding questions that kind of helps them create deeper questions. It's just, I teach ELA primarily. It allows me to work very closely with the humanities teacher. So we have a lot of the interdisciplinary themes going on. And it's just a really good way for me to assess like my students' understanding, and it provides them opportunities for self-reflection as well as like peer reflection.
Yeah. I think a really good thing that we work on in our district that kind of adds on to that is working on like parts of an argument and how to like identify your claim and back it up with evidence. And I think that goes really well to setting up a Socratic seminar like this. So that's something I would definitely work on.
I
Yeah.
like this. I like this because you don't, when each student discusses something, it could be, oh, I didn't think about this, and then it turns into another route that they didn't think of. So the conversation is consistently going, which is what you want. You want to see your class flowing like that. You don't want to see any dead periods.
Right. Yeah. And it's perfect also for teachers to even modify the seminar process to meet the needs of their learners. Um, so you can easily scaffold it, make it simpler, more intense, and it works for small groups, large groups. It's very flexible.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
think, just thinking about it right now, this also puts more of the learning in the students' hands
Yeah.
because they're the ones that need to come with the questions prepared and the things to back it up and be able to answer other students' questions.
Yeah, I think that could be both a really good thing because it encourages that like inquiry-based learning. Um, but it can also be one of the biggest struggles, making sure they show up prepared and ready to have those questions and kind of engage in that discussion. So I think, like you were saying earlier, with like providing those guided questions to sort of encourage things without kind of dominating the lesson is really important as well.
Yeah.